confirm that the people of Scotland are going to be empowered to build a new Scotland, a better Scotland, a more prosperous Scotland, a fairer Scotland, a Scotland that looks after its vulnerable people instead of attacking them with welfare cuts, including the iniquitous bedroom tax. A Scotland that can get rid of Trident and all the other weapons of mass destruction. And a Scotland that will play its full part in the international community to help to build a better world. That is our positive message. And when we get that positive message across to the people of Scotland, the people of Scotland will respond, and we shall win a famous and historic victory. So let's go for it.
People wouldn't want the government they vote for to make decisions about themselves. You know, we voted for a completely different government than we got, yet we're expected to take policies that they dictate to us, and that doesn't seem like a democracy to me.
There's a lot of risk. I think today is about a show of confidence. Today is about the people of Scotland saying, we're not afraid. A lot of the No campaign or the Better Together campaign has been very negative, and today is about the people of Scotland just saying, we're not afraid. We are a strong, independent nation, and we will take the opportunities that are there.
That was Dennis Canavan, followed by a couple of the marchers, and now the next person is another one of our former guests.
Bravo! Hello. What a fantastic scene. That's absolutely amazing. And I'm not tall enough for this mic. I think it's absolutely brilliant to look out here and see so many people, but I'm particularly pleased to see so many women here asserting their right to take control of our country and our destiny and build a better world for everyone by setting the beacon of a fairer, more equal, more just Scotland. Women are 52% of the Scottish population. We will not win independence without persuading women. And everybody, whether you're a man or a woman, needs to understand that and take responsibility for that and speak to women out there and persuade them that independence will be the route to a better country and a better future for them and their families. People say that independence, some people say that independence is a risk. But I think that people have to think about what has been happening in the UK and shine a spotlight on the UK. If anybody wants to talk about risk, when we've seen the NHS in England falling apart, being ripped apart, when we see people, asylum seekers and immigrants being demonised, when we see poor people being demonised, when we see people threatened with 10-year jail sentences for claiming a wee bit more benefits than maybe they should in England, whilst the bankers get off with it, then it's time, in that respect, that we said no. No to the UK, no to inequality, no to poverty, yes to independence, yes to equality for our country and for women.
Yes! 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 Yes!
It's not necessarily going to be automatic, but anybody who says that supporting independence isn't a progressive thing to be, they just need to look at the people who are here today. They need to look at the placards everywhere that are about against nuclear weapons, that are about equality, that are about fairness, that are about public ownership, Everybody here today is here with progressive values, and those progressive values sit very, very well for the movement for independence for Scotland, not in an isolationist way, but in a way that says we will take control of our future. Women will take power. We're not going to wait for the UK Westminster Parliament to somehow change. What's the chances?
None.
What are the chances?
None.
Nobody could guarantee that Scotland will be a nirvana. But if you were a bookie and you were looking towards Westminster, or you're looking towards Edinburgh down the hill, if you want more equality for women, if you want to abolish poverty, if you want to get rid of nuclear weapons, what odds would the bookies give you that Westminster will deliver?
None.
And what odds would the bookies give you that the Scottish Parliament would deliver?
Yes!
So, when people talk about risk, yes, there are risks. There are risks that inequality will get worse if we stay with the UK. There are risks there will be more privatisation. There are risks there will be more illegal wars. It's very, very, very risky to remain within the UK. The best chance for our future, our children's future, our grandchildren's future, is to vote for independence, and all we have to do is put a cross in the ballot paper. Nobody is being asked to risk life and limb. Nobody is being asked to lay down their life. Lots of people across the world would absolutely kill, literally, for the right to put a cross on the ballot paper to vote for independence. We're not in that situation. I say that it's our responsibility. These platforms are not going to win independence. It's the people out there, all of you, by talking to everybody that you know, by taking that message, whether it's talking in workplaces, whether it's chapping doors, whether it's doing stalls. The truth is that if each person who's currently supporting independence just convinced one more person, just one more person, it would be a landslide for independence. But all of you up in this hill are committed. You're here today, you want independence. I'm sure that everybody out there isn't just going to stop at one person. You're going to get away from here today and convince all the women you know, particularly, because women are clever.
Yes.
And they want clever arguments.
Yes.
So you better go there and make clever arguments. And next year, we'll get a yes vote. Independence for Scotland, independence for women.
Yes.
And the next speaker is someone we haven't had on the podcast, and that's Blair Jenkins.
I have to tell you, you're looking absolutely fantastic from here. What a gathering, what a crowd. Absolutely brilliant. As Elaine was saying, yes, Scotland is a very diverse campaign. The one thing we're demonstrating here with the folks who've gathered on the hill is the size, the scale, the diversity of Yes Scotland. People from all over the country, people from all walks of life, people from all parts of the political tradition of Scotland, all gathered here to demonstrate their support for an independent country. Now, the way that Yes Scotland operates, and I know many of you know this, is that we are very much a community-based campaign. It is about winning a majority, in some cases one vote at a time. When I started in this job a year ago, just about a year ago, I said on day one that the best thing any of us could do who already intend to vote yes is to convince just one other person who's not already persuaded of the case for Scottish independence. And all around Scotland those conversations have been happening, and more people are moving to yes. We know we want a fairer Scotland. We know we want a more democratic Scotland. We know we're a prosperous country, but the wealth can be shared more fairly. We can be a more equal society. We can be the kind of country to which we aspire. And all around the country, I believe, over the next year, people will go through that process of thinking, what do they care about? What are their highest values and priorities? And as they go through that process, they move to yes. And once you move to yes, there is no going back to no. Now, I've been going around Scotland and holding meetings all around the country for the last year or so. And you get asked lots and lots of questions. Some of them turn up quite a lot. A question you sometimes get asked is, what would we lose if we became an independent country? What would Scotland lose? And you can go through the list fairly quickly. Well, we'd lose nuclear weapons. We'd lose the bedroom tax. We'd lose Tory governments that we never ever vote for. So that's what we'd lose, and what's not to love in all of that? Now, we are the lucky generation. We are the generation that gets to vote for independence, that gets to make the choice of self-determination for Scotland and to become an independent country. And it is a big step. We are making history. The people of Scotland next year get the chance to make history. Sometimes making history does take a bit of courage. But one thing the people of Scotland have never lacked is courage. And that's why I believe that next year the people of Scotland will make history and will vote yes. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Next up is Tasmina Ahmed Sheikh.
Bravo!
Before I left home this morning, my two wee girls said to me, "Mummy, where are you going today?" And I said, "I'm going to meet the people who are going to deliver independence for Scotland." Friends, I am truly honoured to be here today with you all on Carlton Hill. And in just a year from now, in this place and every town, city and village across Scotland, we will be celebrating our victory when we can finally choose the government that we choose. And that, my friends, is true democracy.
Yeah. Bravo!
I believe that in the history of the world that will follow, this time, our time, will be remembered as that moment in history when our nation secured equality, prosperity and fairness for all. Released from Westminster, we will be our own masters. And we know we can do this because Scotland's got what it takes. We've got more than what it takes to do this. We are, and we know we are, a great nation, full of people with character, passion, tenacity and determination. And it is time to do right by the people of this land. Let's live up to our traditions, believe in ourselves and in our country. A country in an independent Scotland that will have a future inclusive of all, no matter where you come from. Self-determination is written in my family's history. My father was born in India and made the journey post-independence to the new nation of Pakistan. Winning independence ran through his veins and it runs through mine.
Yeah.
He migrated here and married my part Welsh, part Czech mother, and I was born in London and brought up here in Edinburgh. And as a Scottish Asian, I am proud to stand side by side with you all today. Side by side as we reject Westminster governments which care more about bankers and billionaires than the poor, disabled and vulnerable.
Yes.
Side by side with you as we reject the unfairness and inequity of the bedroom tax.
Yes.
As we reject the withdrawal of rights and humane and compassionate care for the elderly and needy. And as we reject the welfare cuts and austerity measures are placing our men, women and children under horrific